Welcome back, hockey fans, to episode 7 of Lightin the Lamp. I'm your host, Dola, and with me, as always, my brother from another mother, my man from the motherland, the Dirty Jers, Mr. JG, Mr. Jinta. How we doing, pal?
Good as always. Obviously, we just did a short segment on the lottery, so I'm still pumped, still losing my mind over here. Weather in the Dirty Jers, dirty. Just like you said, hot, humid, unbearable, looking like Rudolph. Got burnt to a crisp today here. So, it's tough. But before we really get into you chugging your beer here, I just want to go on a little rant. Biz Nasty, Spittin' Chicklets, we love you. Big inspiration, obviously. But save an ad read for the guys here. We're chugging Bud Heavies on the daily. We're really trying to get after this Budweiser Gold Horn. And next thing I know, I turned on Chicklets the other day, and you're promoting the Budweiser Gold Horn. Could you leave something for the boys? Just anything. Just a little piece.
Come on, you got the CBD stuff. You got all those other
you got the CBD. We got Pink Whitney. We got Roman Swipes for the boys. We got it all. I mean, you got underwear. You got everything. You guys are making $1 million on ad reads. Help the boys out here. Timmy's going to break out Das Boot. He's going to bust down another 24 of Bud Heavy. That's all we're asking, Budweiser Sports. We just want the Gold Horn. We want a little shout out here. We're working hard for it. So
we're working for it.
Here we go, Mr. Amendola getting after it.
Put him down so we can light the lamp.
Anheuser-Busch. My buddy's going to take down another one. By the time we're done, it's going to be 300 cans of Bud Heavy. And here we go. Double OT, CBJ, TB, a.k.a. Tampa Bay Columbus. Things are getting out of control here to start the playoffs. Hot take, if Columbus wins tonight, Columbus in 4. But it's over. Wow, what a save. Korpisalo, unbelievable here in double OT.
Boys are after it. Double OT.
After it. Buzzing, Timmy. Buzzing. Just an unbelievable chugging a beer in double OT, middle of the day. Does it get any better than this?
I mean, we're watching hockey. We're chugging beers. I mean, this is the embodiment of just what the hockey fan community loves to do. And with that, I think it's time we go talk about the NHL playoffs. Round 1, kicking off right now, JG. We have 4 series to talk here right about in the Eastern Conference that we're going to break down first, and then we're going to come back for another episode so we can break down the Western Conference. Very similar to our first episodes during the qualifying round. So let's not wait. Qualifying round over, round robin over, stage is set. Let's talk about the first series.
That Bud Heavy's hitting you right in the head, huh,
bud? I know it is. It's already hit me, but let's talk about that first series. Canes versus Bruins. Let's get into that. What do you got for me, JG?
Let's just start it off with the fact that obviously the Canes, you were a blessing and a curse this year. We abused you all season. You absolutely abused us in the playoffs, but then we come back and we shove it right in your ass, sandpaper finish. The boys in blue grabbed the first overall, so I'm smiling at the end of the week anyway. It is what it is. Canes, thanks for coming out because for me, hot. They're on fire. They're coming in. Bruins looked a little cold. Canes obviously got swept by these boys last year. I think they're going to come out for revenge. It'll be a tighter series, but I just don't see the Bruins going down. For me, that was a dust-up series. The Rangers look like shit. The Canes were good, not great. They're beatable. I don't love them. I think the Bruins are going to come out flying here, Mr. Beardola. Can't really see a reason why Parise Bergeron and Marchand can't get past a young, up-and-coming Carolina team. They are hot. Again, they're rolling. Caps off to you. You guys absolutely mangled the Rangers. You look great doing it. Your first line, one of the best in the league. But for me, the depth of the Bruins is just strangling. And they're coming to an end of their window here. And they got some competitive guys. So I think we're really going to get a showing from the Bruins here. I'm going Bruins in 6.
All righty. So we got Bruins in 6 for Mr. Jinta. I like it. I think if I was actually going back to my own notes, I actually took the Bruins in 6 as well. So I don't want to say, it's not because I'm not hot on the Canes. I definitely want to give the Canes all the praise they deserve for sweeping our
It's going to
boys
be a series for sure. They're not going to fold.
and embarrassing us. It was embarrassing for us to just get swept out of there. It hurt. It hurt to kind of just see. I think the Rangers didn't play well throughout the 3 games. Again, I think in our episodes we even said it. The Rangers had nice individual efforts all over the ice. Game 3, Kreider was firing, and obviously I'm rocking his jersey again because I love the guy, and I think we made the Canes look better. I thought we made them look better. I thought their game complemented exactly just the deficiencies the Rangers were putting on the ice. And I think they are going to run into a lot tougher of a challenge with this Bruins team. But the Canes have made a lot of people eat their words. I mean, you think about this like last year, right? Like set the stage last year, 2019. The Canes go up against the Islanders, sweep the Islanders, very similar to the Rangers, right?
Absolutely.
Then you go against the returning Stanley Cup champions in the Washington Capitals, and they take them all the way to Game 7 and then win. And then that's when they come in and face the Boston Bruins, who are also hot at that time, and get swept in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2019.
And listen, for me, that Game 7 that Game 7 win was everything for them. But you got to realize a lot of these teams, sometimes that is your Stanley Cup. That's a huge division rivalry between Washington and the Canes. Obviously, there was blood, sweat, and tears out there. And I just think that maybe this year, honestly, we are saying Bruins in 6. But if Carolina were to have a chance to beat the Bees, it would be now. They didn't bust their load last series. They played mediocre. They got it done because the Rangers were horrendous. I didn't think they were perfect by any means. I thought they were shaking the rust off just like the Rangers. They got a couple of bounces. They played a little harder, a little tougher, and they won the series. I mean, obviously you're coming in. The Bruins look a little cold. And, they have an opportunity here for sure, if ever, to beat the Bees. But, again, for me, I just don't see the depth of the Bees being denied here by the Canes.
I agree. I don't think we really have to get into it. I mean, you have Bergeron, Pasta, Charlie Coyle, Marchand, Chara, Krejci, Charlie McAvoy, Connor Clifton.
My good pal Connor Clifton, for sure. Clifton.
So, I mean, they're there. I think the Bruins, again, like we even said in these other episodes, right, the Bruins have that switch, right? And are they going to flip it immediately, right? Do the Canes come out Game 1 and sneak Game 1 out of them, but then the Bruins come back and, really, fight, and then the Canes are going to have to fight. Again, I think the Canes take Game 1. I think the Bruins, again, aren't going to be used to the Canes style of play. I think the Bruins have been slow to start. I think they might get caught off guard with how much speed that Canes have. But I think they're going to make adjustments, and they're going to respond. They're going to respond.
At the end of the day, listen, I mean, we made some hot takes last series. We tried to gamble. Things did not work in our favor. We're taking a slight break here. We're going to close the week out. We'll have a gambling corner by Friday.
For sure.
There'll be some bets involved throughout the week. We're slowing down. We're going to catch up here. But, again, we both agree. Canes, we like the Bruins in 6. The Canes are going to come out. It's going to be a hell of a series. But, let's get into – the next series here, and
on TV, it's still running
it right now, double overtime. I've been talking Torts for the last 3 episodes. Can't get enough of the guy, and he comes out again tonight and shows doesn't matter how many games he played already, when his last game was, the Columbus Blue Jackets are here to stay. While I don't think they're going to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, they sure are keeping them at bay right now. It is a hell of a game. The goaltending is even. The scoring is even. We're in double OT. I mean, again, we went through a lot of stuff here. I got, in my notes, a lot of stats. For me, the depth of Tampa Bay, when it's rolling, is better than any team in the league by far. The roster on paper is scary. The window is closing. For me, I'm taking Tampa Bay in 6 here. I like, you got Kucherov, 33 goals, 52 assists, 85 points, 67 games played. I mean, if he had another 15 games played, you're looking at a 100-point season easily. You got Stamkos, same thing, 29, 37, 66, 57 games played. Had some injuries. Another guy, 80 to 90 points with another 15 games. Braden Point, who scored a goal already here tonight. You got 25 goals, 39 assists, 64 points. 66 games played. You got two defensemen with 35 plus, another one with 55 in Victor Hedman. I mean, the scoring depth is just absurd. For me, they lack a little in toughness, and that might be why we're seeing them struggle in these bang and go series with teams like Columbus, because Columbus might not have the skill, but they're out there banging all night long. They will make your night a living hell. So I think it's going to be a series. I think the Lightning are on the ropes. If they lose this one, it's time to dismantle. I'm going Lightning in 6 just for the fact that they can't lose, because they're going to look like the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's time to win or go home. So for me, it's win or dismantle in Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay in 6 because they got to win.
I like the team choice. I'm a little bit more hot on Tampa Bay. I'm gonna do a hot take, and I'm taking Tampa Bay in 5 games because I agree. You've been in the last 16 playoffs. You've been in there 10 times, right? You've
Maybe
been
more.
No, dude. If you go all the way back to 2013, they've been in the playoffs 16 times. 10 of those times, I think they've made it past. 6 of those times, I think they was second round or back out, but they move on a lot. So I don't know. For me, I think the Lightning again. This is the time. I mean, they did win that cup. It was some years back, but you know what? One thing I feel bad for, you're talking a big game about the Blue Jackets, and I think just after what the Blue Jackets just overcame in Toronto, you look at them and it just sucks to say, but they actually have to be better, and they do look better already than what they were in that first series against a tougher team in the Lightning. Because again, one thing that you get from Toronto that you don't get from the Lightning is the Lightning move on in the playoffs, whereas Toronto haven't moved on in a playoff series since 2003, right? They haven't even gotten past round 1 in the playoffs since 2003, whereas the Lightning have been in the conference finals, have been in the Stanley Cup, and have won the Stanley Cup since that time period, right? They're not a team that's not known for losing. They are known for winning and going deep.
Absolutely.
Toronto never had that factor and always kind of has that almost like Chicago Cubs curse in a sense, where they just can't get past the hump of that first round. And it doesn't matter what their first lineup is. Obviously, their first line is worth $33 million of their salary cap, which is almost half the team. And they still can't get over that hump, which is some of the best players in the NHL. And it's why guys like us, we bet on Toronto to win, because there should be no reason that they're losing to a team like Toronto.
I've been doing it for 2 years. I got to tell you, it's not happening anymore. I'm going to start betting against Toronto all the time when it comes playoff time.
And especially when it's a team like the Blue Jackets, right?
They lose in 7. So if you bet heavy all 7 on the other way, you're going to win 4. You're going to win 4 games. You're going to come out plus. So I mean, Toronto's proven that they just can't do it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're missing. The goaltending to me was there this year. Can't blame Frederik Andersen.
You can't blame Frederik Andersen. He was in those games. He played well. I thought he looked better than Lundy. I mean,
had a few he probably wanted back, but
that one under the arm, that one killer,
Not gonna lie here, but as we're talking about this series, it is just getting more and more epic in the middle of this overtime. There's opportunity after opportunity. I mean, this series is going to be a burner. Whether it goes 5, 6, it's going to be tight every game.
I mean, it's kind of cool that we haven't done this in ever as a podcast or a channel, but kind of being able to comment live in game, just kind of watching.
You're seeing my reactions. I'm actually in the living room here because I said fuck the office today. We got the 75 burning here.
Oh my God!
Wow!
Just a ringer off the top bar.
Yep.
Just a ringer off the top bar.
Yep. Just a scoring update. And Calgary, I mean, another great hockey game. But, obviously we both have our take here. We like Toronto. We like Tampa Bay. I don't see how the fuck they lose the series. If they do, God bless you, Torts, and I'm betting you to win the Stanley Cup. Because if you win this series in 2 years in a row, I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't be going deep. But here we go. Another series that Another series that I don't love. Think it'll be a little more exciting than the last Islanders series, but why don't we move into the Islanders Caps here?
I mean, I'm so much more of a fan of this series. You have the Capitals in there, and I love Oshie. I love Ovi. I love watching, John Carlson. You know, there's just a lot of players that you like on the Capitals, and you got to give the Islanders just a ton of credit. You know, this is going to be a battle for them. I mean, but this is a battle that the Rangers have faced in the playoffs plenty of times. I mean, the Capitals are known, you know, they won the cup one time, but they're also a team that's known for not always making it through. You got to see if Ovi recognizes this time, similar to the Pittsburgh. I mean, what Pittsburgh should have done is this is also the ending of his period too. Like Crosby's only got a few, probably more years of his team of Oshie, Carlson, you know, and all of that entire group. Kuznetsov, not Kuznetsov. Is it Kuznetsov? No.
Yeah.
And Backstrom. You know, I mean, they got a few players. You know, that's their core group. So I mean, you know that you don't know how long they're going to stay together, but I mean, 2018, Ovi was not going to be denied. Will he respond in that same fashion? Right.
I mean, I had a hot take on this one. As much as I can't stand the Islanders, I think Barry Trotz is a massive advantage in this series. I think he coached these guys to a Stanley Cup. He coached them for a long time. He knows them on a personal level. He knows how they prepare. He knows everything they do.
He knows Holtby. He knows
he's an absolutely incredible defensive mind, probably the best in the league. As you watch with the Islanders, boring as shit. But, I mean, boy, can they win a fucking game because of their defense. It's incredible. And I got to say, Trotz, to me, is the factor in this series. I think it's going to end up being a barn burner of a series. You got Beauvillier playing like an animal. He's playing better than Barzal. I think if they want to win the series, Barzal is going to need to ride the back of Beauvillier here and pick it up. He didn't look great last series. Devon Taves, most underrated defenseman in the Eastern Conference, just quietly an animal, can move the puck, can skate up ice, plays great defense. You got Johnny Boychuk coming back in the lineup here. Nick Leddy, both won Stanley Cups, one with Chicago, Boychuk with the Bruins. I got to say here, I mean, I think our boy Varlamov's going to come out with a vengeance on his shoulder playing against his old squad. And I like the Islanders in 7 in a defensive
Oh, my
triangle
God.
role.
This kid did nothing but just, like, bash the Islanders a little bit, and now he's hopping on the wagon, huh? Hopping on the boat.
As much as I can't stand them, as much
Starting
as
the boat on the Islanders.
They continue to prove me wrong. The last 2 years, every time I bet against them, every time I say they're going to lose, they suck. They're boring. The bottom line is they're a defensive powerhouse. Barry Trotz leads it, and I think the personal connections with the other team is going to prove right for Barry. I think he's got too much information. He just knows how the other locker room moves. He knows how the wheel spins. So
I would say this.
There's got an advantage here.
It's not even a hot take. I mean, that's a dead body cold take. Barry Trotz being a major advantage is just a cold take. I mean, the fact is, what I'm thinking about is, can Barry Trotz stop his own power play? Because when you look at the power play before and after Barry Trotz, it's the exact same thing. Ovechkin on the top of the circle, John Carlson at the point.
You can't change it. Nobody can stop Ovechkin from that circle. But the bottom line is,
the
defense of the Islanders could possibly at least strangle them. He might still score Ovechkin, but I think he's got so much defensive information and he knows so much about how these guys play that he's going to be able to reiterate that to his guys. And they bought in. I mean, it's obvious. 2 years in a row here, they bought in. I mean, there's no quitting them. I hate to say it. I can't stand the team. They're one of my least favorite in the league. Obviously, as a Ranger fan, beat your wife, Pot fan, please. We love it. But I mean, at the end of the day, this team they're good. They're a good fucking hockey team, and they could win games. So I'm going to take the Islanders in 7. Hot take from a Ranger fan. Hate to say it. Makes me a little sick. The bubbles from the Heineken are coming up right now, but Islanders in 7 in a defensive stranglehold.
I'm gonna take the Capitals in 6. I can't move away. I think Barry Trotz, is a great coach, but when you're still Ovechkin and you're still when you're one of the best defensemen in the league and you're probably one of the best goal scorers of all time, it's hard to coach against that because guess what? No one has been able to coach against that. There's not been a single coach in the NHL that has been able to stop Ovechkin putting a puck in the net from the same place every single time. So again,
maybe winning Gretzky. I mean, listen, I can't disagree with your take at all. I mean, we could go through the list of players that Washington has. I mean, John Carlson is on his way back here. Probably not going to play game one with the injury, but John Carlson, Tom Wilson, Backstrom, Jacob Verana, Kuznetsov, Ovechkin. I mean, the list goes on. Tom Wilson just brings a different element up there. That's what the Rangers are missing as far as competitive edge. A guy who can score 20 and still beat your head in, and he'll go with anybody. I mean, he brings a different element to the game. Obviously, it could go either way here. Just for me, the Barry Trotz factor is the winner. I like the Islanders in 7, and I'm going to stick with it.
I think this is going to be a hard series to bet on. I feel like because it's going to
be one I don't touch.
Yeah, I feel like even for you fans out there, if you're looking to do a bit of gambling, watching the lines, this is going to be game by game how the bounces go and really which goaltender is standing up, right? And are the Islanders keeping pace? Are they stopping Ovechkin? Are they blocking shots? Are they getting in front of passing lanes and just cutting off the lanes for these guys to not lay a bomb on the net? So
is there an actual possibility that this game is going to go game 1 of the first round of the NHL playoffs? The starter off could possibly go to triple overtime. Is this even 6 periods of unbelievable hockey?
54,
wow,
43 since the last goal was scored.
Here we go, man. Wow. I mean, this is incredible. I can't even get enough of this. I can't even swap over to the Calgary game as much as I love the Flames. Can't even get over there right now because this is just, I mean, what a
history.
Game.
This is history. Well, we got at least one more game to cover, and maybe this game will end by the time we're on this podcast, and really off this channel, so we can maybe comment on it. But going into the last series, Habs and Flyers. This is I gotta say, this is probably my favorite series out of all the Eastern Conference series, and I probably wouldn't have been so excited about this, but just how the Habs played in, the first round. And, I mean, they have such a tough battle against the Flyers. The Flyers are looking so good. But I'm really excited to see how much of a battle this is. I really hope the Habs don't roll over. I hope they give them as much of a battle that I think Columbus is going to give Tampa Bay, right, and be a thorn in that side. And I just hope it's that series, and maybe the Habs can stick around long enough. What do you got from me?
I'm just going to stick a knife right in your side here. After watching these Flyers all season long, after watching them in the round robin, if the goaltending holds up, this is another team that I hate to fucking say. It makes me sick, Ranger fans. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm going to say this right now, but this is, to me, your odds-on Eastern Conference Stanley Cup finalist favorite. I really do hate to say it. The boys are rolling. The depth is the defense maybe not comparable to Tampa Bay depth-wise, but the offense, I mean, let's go down the list here. Kevin Hayes, Claude Giroux, Sean Couturier, Travis Konechny, James Van Riemsdyk. I mean, you have 5 to 7 30-goal scorers in your lineup. You have a couple in absolute – Jacob Voracek, I just skipped over, a 90-point guy. I mean, you have just an embarrassment of riches, and Kevin Hayes may very well be the best player on that team right now, ex-Ranger. We love you. We'll light the lamp for you at some point over the next couple of fucking episodes here. But, I mean, to me, the offensive depth, even the defense, I mean, they have big, strong – a lot of Canadian defensemen here, Travis Sanheim, some of these guys that they drafted, and they're proven to be one of the best in the East. I mean, I think you could potentially see a Bruins-Philadelphia Eastern Conference final. And I'm looking at I'm going to give you a hot take here. I'm looking at the Flyers in 5. I think the Habs had a great series last series. I think the load is blown. I think if they squeak one out, they're lucky. I think the Flyers walk all over them. Sorry, Habs. But Flyers in 5, hot take. Kevin Hayes, 3 goals, 3 assists, +5. 4 penalty minutes, and we'll call it a day.
It's funny you say that. To all the fans, say hello to my bear of a pooch, Wrigley. But I share your sentiment, JG. Unfortunately, you were a goon and didn't fill out your bracket because you were so excited about this first-round pick.
Absolutely. I have one written down on paper for all the fans. We will post it.
But
I missed by about 3 minutes into the Columbus game. I was just too excited about Alexi. Alexi, we love you. I'll take you out on a tour of the city anytime. Atlantic City, Las Vegas, wherever you want to go. We're diehard Ranger fans here, so we'll show you a time out in New York if that's what you want to do, pal. But let's get back into this series here.
So I picked my Stanley Cup final to be the Knights versus Philly, and I believe in Philly. I think Philly's going to make a run at this. I think they're hot. I think they've shown they're hot. I think they have not only just the talent, the depth, the skill, the grit, the competitiveness, but they're also
a great coach.
But they're also rolling now where it seems like Boston's sleeping. Washington needs to pick it up and find a new gear. Philly's already found it. So I think they're going to carry a lot of momentum. But what it is I just want to see the Habs put up a fight against the Flyers. I still think the Flyers take this. I would say the Flyers take this in 6, but,
I'm going to say 4 or 5, Tim. I'm going to put a knife in your parade. I think the Flyers could do it in every bit of 4. I'm going to give the Habs 5 because they've really been a thorn in the side of teams.
Yep.
And I don't see them going away. I think it'll be a good 5-game series, maybe even a good 6-game series. I think they'll get a couple of bounces. They're working hard. They're playing hard. They're battling. They're playing physical. I could see them battling, but I just don't see them beating the depth of Philadelphia. It's just, to me, not possible. Like you said, the boys on Broadway down there they're rolling. They're hot now, which is what you're looking for in a cup contender. So
right.
For me, Flyers in 5.
They were hot in the season. They're hot now, and they have the depth, talent, and the goaltending.
It doesn't look like they missed a beat. So I mean, again, for us here, we both like the Flyers to win the series. Tim's a little more optimistic. I'm going to say Flyers in 4 to 5. Tim's going to give them 6 games, but another great episode here, man. I mean, can't get any better than this. Mid-playoff hockey during an episode. We're 43 seconds left. Double OT, headed for triple. Looks like it's going to make it to triple. What a start to the first round.
I think we got to just wait out the end of this.
We'll hold the 42 seconds here. We'll see if we get a finisher.
And if not, we'll be signing on not too shortly after this to come back with episode 8, previewing and going over all the Western Conference games similar to this video. So really, fans, what we would like you to do is like, comment, share this video. Please also chirp Anheuser-Busch InBev. I can only chug so many beers.
This guy's still he's blowing bubbles from last episode right now. I mean,
yeah.
We're only gonna give Budweiser so much more money before we give somebody else a chance here. Bud, we're looking for a little shout out, something. Nothing spectacular. Just show the boys some love. We're showing you love daily, as much as we don't love to drink Bud Heavies anymore.
Hate to go to Corona or Modelo, you know what I mean?
I mean, Heineken too. I mean, the palate expands after you're 16. So, I mean, we love you, Bud Heavy, but give us a shout, something. Show the boys a little love. We're sucking down your beers. We're spending money on them. We'll always support them. It's a childhood favorite. So, we drank a lot of 18s, 24s, 36s, and in few hour sittings of Bud Heavy. So we'll always have love for you, Bud. But time to show the boys a little love. And
help us light the lamp. Come on. I mean, this lamp is nice, but, we want the lamp.
How about we're going to triple OT in game 1? So, fans.
We're going to triple.
You'll be hearing us in triple OT. Where are we? We got nothing. Nothing. We just got to go light. No sound, but.
No sound.
All right.
We're lighting the lamp.
Triple
All right,
OT.
fans. Triple OT. We'll be signing off here, but signing back on shortly. Hope to catch you on the next episode. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support, and we'll catch you later.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Lexi, we love you, Lafreniere.